Hi everybody, Lisa here again, dietitian specializing in bariatric surgery. And on behalf of Bariatric Surgery Nutrition, your credible source and professional source for bariatric surgery nutrition. So this is part two of the segment that addresses calories after weight loss surgery or bariatric surgery. And what we're talking about now in this segment is the importance of the quality of those calories. Although weight loss and weight maintenance comes down to calories. Arguably, as important or arguably even more important are the quality of those calories. If you haven't seen part one of the segment yet, I would suggest that you go back and view that, available on this Facebook page. And in that, we discussed how to calculate how many calories that you need. But now we're talking about the quality of it. So ultimately, the number is important. However, the quality is as important. You can be eating a certain number of calories every day, but if the quality is not proper or of a proper source, then it's not going to fill you up, sustain you, or make you feel good or make you feel satisfied. So let's just take a snack as an example. Let's just pretend that it's 8 p.m. It's evening time on a weekday, and we're watching some TV, and we just have a salty craving. So, the easiest thing to opt for is going to be pretzels or chips that are in the pantry. So we might just say, oh, you know what, the pretzels are fairly innocent. I'm just going to have a few. I'm just going to have about a handful, which might come out to roughly about 150 calories. We can eat those pretzels, and it was only 150 calories. But having had the pretzels, you will more likely graze or munch or be looking for other food later on in the evening. The pretzels are not going to make you feel full long enough. Okay, so that's where the quality of the calories matter. Whereas if we were to take 150 calories of a higher protein food or a higher fat food, so we do want that protein to keep you full longer. And the fat also keeps you full for a longer period of time as well. But if we had a snack that was higher in protein and had a little bit maybe on the higher fat side and a little bit less on the carb side, you will feel more satiated and full and satisfied for a longer period of time. So the same applies to fruit, okay? So fruit is a great food. I'm not saying that we should not be having fruit. Fruit is an absolutely perfect snack. But if the fruit is not coupled with protein, it is more likely that within a half an hour or 1 hour, even an hour and a half, you're going to be opening up the pantry, you're going to be making an extra trip into the kitchen to look for something else to eat. Whereas if you had a fruit with a handful of almonds, or if you had a fruit with about an ounce or an ounce and a half of cheese, that will keep you fuller longer. So ultimately, it's possible that you're really trying to track your calorie intake, and it's possible that you're trying to really keep within a certain number. But if the quality is not there, you're more likely going to be picking at food or picking and nibbling, grazing, or looking for other foods afterwards. So it's not a question of a failure of staying within a certain calorie limit. You can really try and really put in all your effort to do so. But if the quality of the snack or the quality of the food that you're eating is not of the right kind, then you are likely going to be picking at food throughout the day. And a lot of people feel like I'm a failure. I'm still picking at food. Why am I eating all these foods? And I physically feel the hunger too. You may very well likely feel that you need to fill your stomach with something. And that is true hunger, but it's true hunger as a result of not having had a complete snack or a complete meal before that point. Yes, it comes down to calories, but it's not just a question of the number. I can have, again, 100 calories of those little 2-bite brownies, but that will not sustain me for an entire evening. That will not sustain me from breakfast until my lunchtime. You need to have that protein in there. So what are we looking for when we look at carbs, when we look at protein, when we look at fat? We really have to be sure that protein is in there. Protein keeps you fuller longer, okay? Carbs do not. Carbs are important, but carbs do not keep you full very long. So looking for a protein source every meal, every snack, and breaking up that protein during the day, not just simply saying, let me get rid of all that protein that I need and just have a 30-gram protein shake, and that will, help me to reach my my protein needs. And I'll just have all of that in the morning time. You can have a lot of your protein in the morning, in your morning snack, maybe up until lunch. But if there's no protein scattered out throughout the rest of the evening, you will be looking for other foods. So the distribution of that protein is going to be very important. So I don't want to give the wrong impression that carbs are bad and that I'm saying that carbs need to be avoided. Carbs are important. So on the flip side, if I don't have enough carbs in my day after surgery, I am going to start craving sugar. Okay, and our body is smart, but it's not always as smart as it needs to be. So instead of craving complex carbs or craving carbs, whole grain carbs or healthier carbs, I'm going to crave sugar. Okay, simply that. So breaking up the carbs during your day is important too. So if you've been struggling and saying, you know what, I'm eating all the calories that I need to eat, but I'm constantly craving sugar, ask yourself if there is some level of carb in your day. If you're avoiding carbs after surgery because of all those years of dieting, because you were told to avoid carbs, because carbs are going to lead to weight gain, that is not necessarily the truth. Okay, so what we want to do is look for the whole grain carbs, look for the high fiber carbs, looking for sweet potatoes, looking for quinoa, looking for brown rice. So we want to go for those types of carbs that are going to be filling, but that will also control your blood sugar. So it's not always a question of the number of calories. Not every food is equal. The calories of foods might be exactly the same, but the quality of that is going to be different. And that quality will make a big difference on picking and nibbling and grazing and cravings that can happen during the day. Okay, so calories are the number, but we have to look at things in a qualitative manner. So we're looking at the bigger picture of what it is that I'm eating. So if you're struggling at certain moments of your day, it may very well be that it's that although I'm eating food, I may not be eating the right kinds of food to keep me full long enough and to prevent cravings. If you're struggling with this, you can try it out yourself, see what you can fix with your current diet, make a food journal, write all these things down, write the times down, write the foods down, and take a look at not the number of calories, but the quality of the food. What kind of food am I eating? Does it have protein? Do I have a little bit of carb? Is it spaced out during my day? Give it a shot. And if you've tried this and if you're struggling with this or you really want more help with that, we can absolutely see you with our one-on-one counseling service. Otherwise, Monica is going to be leading her intuitive eating session this coming spring. So get on the wait list for that. Email us at bariatricsurgerynutrition@gmail.com or private message us here on our Facebook page. So I hope that you found this useful. Again, making this content for you, trying to put it out there to empower you to have the answers that maybe you're looking for, to answer the questions that you might have. If there's any other questions that you do have to inspire more of these live Facebook sessions, let us know, message us, throw that question out there, and we very well may be answering it in the near future. Have a good afternoon, everybody.